We're live.
Well, here we are.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, sharing the group. Invite your cousins.
Hit that bell. Come on, Terry. Aren't you the hype man? Hype us up.
Dude, I'm not feeling hype. I'm
Oh,
ready
come
I'm ready for a grumpy podcast.
No, look. I don't care if you like Disney, I don't care if you're down on Disney. I know you like Disney. This is like Christmas morning or Christmas Eve for Disney fans.
Oh, dude, believe me, I am as hopeful as I ever am on Christmas morning. But I also feel like Scrooge McChapek has potentially stolen Christmas already. So,
are you talking about Scrooge McChapek or Scrooge Tomorrow?
Yeah, he needs a different
Marley.
He needs like a sidekick, he's like Smee. Yeah.
Speaking of, Smee has a cool Funko Pop coming out in a couple of weeks. It's him and the rowboat next to Skull Island.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you know I'm going to have to get that one.
Well, maybe. Like my Hero's Corner over here. I guess it's over. Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
My final edition is coming. So unless they make a Steve Jobs, which I don't think they're going to ever make. But
what
U2 is coming out, so I can add Bono over here too.
Okay. So you've got Walt. I see Walt. Who else you got?
Walt, Jim Henson, Dr. Seuss, and Mr. Rogers.
Okay. Nice.
And then the character from Greatest Showman to represent Ringling.
Okay. Nice.
P.T. Barnum more of is what he did, not necessarily who he was as a human.
Yeah. I mean, I got Kevin Nash. Does that count?
Yeah, I did see the. I sent you the D-Generation X.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my. That'll be me all night to the my D23. I'll just do this all night, just all night long. Just.
I'm looking. I thought I had that one, but I don't. I've got Shawn Michaels and Triple H, but I don't.
That's a Walmart. That's why I sent it to you, because it was a Walmart exclusive.
Well, dang it! I've got to go to Walmart.
Dude, our Walmart has the craziest pops sometimes. It's crazy.
And you don't just happen to pick them up and mail them to me?
I took a picture and you didn't say anything. I was ready to go to the register. I figured you'd want it, and you just
cool.
I
want it.
Well, say buy it for me. I'll come get it.
Well, okay, fine. Buy it for me. I'll come get it next time I'm in Nashville. Fine. Enunciate.
Yeah. Tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
Okay. All right. I'm going to hit the little brand thing. We're going to do our little intro, and we're going to come back, and we're going to give some D23 predictions. Well, I will. Terry did not come prepared.
Oh, I've got predictions.
Okay.
I've got predictions.
I'm scared,
and then I've got what I want.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
This is Top of the World, the Disney Vacation Club podcast. A proud part of the WDW Today and Laugh-O-Gram Studios family. Join us as we talk parks, points, perks, and all things DVC, and how to get the most out of your membership. Here they are, Dave Adams and Terry Weaver.
Well, welcome home. I'm Terry Weaver.
I'm Dave Adams.
And it is the eve. It's the night of all the Disney influencers are in D23. And you notice where Dave and I are. We're home. Well, it's because, we're not watching football because no one's really rooting on the Rams. Well, you were probably watching football.
Speak for yourself, sir.
I watched the first quarter over tacos. And it's kind of boring. And so I was like, yeah.
The Braves have an off night, so.
Yeah, the Braves are off tonight. And we haven't lost, but the Mets are up on us another half game. I don't know what's happened.
They played two yesterday.
Oh, they doubled. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a double dip.
Yeah. Go Braves.
Yep. That's our weekly, our Go Braves talk.
I literally walked up at dinner tonight with somebody that had a Braves on, and I walked up like I was Acuna Jr. rounding first. Man, I was like, chop on, baby.
That's awesome.
Repeat. Let's do this.
Hold up now. Let's not.
Speaking of repeats, that's what D23 is going to be. Hopefully,
Dear Lord, come on.
as we, hey, what from the last? Before we even get into this D23, let's talk about. Now I know we've got excuses because the world shut down and all.
Right.
But what do we still have that's on the list that we need to figure out? What was that? D23 2019?
Oh, okay. So, Mary Poppins. The Play Pavilion is probably gone. The Expo Pavilion.
What's embarrassing, dude, is that if I Google this, it comes up on the D23 website.
Yeah.
Like, that nobody in the Disney PR department was smart enough just to delete this blog post.
Well, of course they won't.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We do have Runaway Railway at Disneyland coming.
Yeah.
And I do think you'll see more predictions coming out about what we'll see as a reimagined Toontown. I'm sure we're going to use this as an opportunity. And I would guess we'll get a date because the project's original date has already passed.
We're going to get that. We're going to get a date for Tron. I'm getting into my predictions.
Let me go through the
already.
list of what we still are hanging, what we're still dealing with that we don't have.
Okay.
I don't think we've gotten Zootopia at Disney Shanghai. I'm not even sure if Shanghai's even open.
I don't know if it is.
We still have the Frozen roller coaster. We did get the new Cirque show that they announced. Yep. The Disney store at Target was announced last time.
Whoopity-doo!
And speaking of underwhelming.
Well, and that's also sad because all the actual Disney stores closed.
Right. Avengers Campus. I do think we will see the big ride building that's already built with an attraction in it, which is basically going to be Avengers Tours the Resistance.
Okay, cool.
Epcot, I think you'll see.
Moana.
We'll see something. We did get Harmonious. I think you will actually see I think they will actually wheel Walt out. The Walt that will be coming to Epcot.
I don't think they'll be able to. I think it's gonna be too big. I don't think they'll be able to.
Or a model of it. You're gonna see a major.
Okay.
You'll see a major piece on Dreamer's Point.
Yeah.
Dreamer's Point's gonna be there. I bet you that's going to be, speaking of, here's prediction 1. That will be the big intro because we're really shifting from the 50th conversation
to the 100th.
I mean, you literally have the 100. It's literally what's in front of the building.
Right.
So I think we will see some nods to legacy fans. We've obviously seen the Guardians ride. We've seen Space 220. Moana is still on its way. And
they put theming up today, actually. I saw they put the little Heart of Tafiti.
What we haven't, obviously we had the new Joe Rohde Lighthouse Point, and I think we're still getting that. That's still in development, as far as I've heard. Obviously, we're not big DVC thing. Lakeside Lodge, it's just kind of slithered off into the ether.
We're getting a poly, so I'm okay with that.
Yes. I think that's I think you're going to get this. You'll get Lakeside Lodge eventually.
Yeah.
Because I think they've realized people really like the cabins, and we'll get more of those.
Yep.
We did get Genie Plus, whether we want it or not.
Look, I'll be honest with you. I am a big proponent of Genie Plus now. I've used it 3 or 4 times now, and every time I've used it, it's worked out well for my family. And now, for my family, I'm not saying it'll work well for you. I'm not saying it'll work well for, your neighbor. But for me, I've actually enjoyed it.
Oh. Well, I think it really just depends on its ability to work. Depends on a lot of the way that it works really well when there's a lot of options.
And I get that.
And
like,
so,
I would not use it at Epcot.
That was my first time using it was at Epcot, and it was my last.
Yeah. I will always use it at Hollywood Studios. I will always use it at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I think it's built for Magic Kingdom.
I agree. It's built for California.
It's built. It's also because it's basically just what was theirs before. What was their skip the line?
Max
before?
Pass.
Max. It's basically Max Pass to begin with.
Right. Hey, real quick, we should have started with this on the show. I regret. I'm sorry we didn't. We see our resident Canadian here. God rest the Queen. We are meeting on a very sad day.
Yeah.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the royal family. But now,
mainly just because I don't think anybody, including the royal family, wanted Charles in charge.
Right. I was going to say, but now UK is living a 90s sitcom.
Yeah, I think everyone was kind of hoping that she was going to hold on long enough to get to the next in line. But feels like every country needs a Darth Sith Lord to be their leader for a season. So it's your turn, UK. Congratulations. I do find it very interesting the way that the Queen, the Queen's last kind of official thing she did was welcome the new Prime Minister.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
And England has always led the way with women in leadership. Margaret Thatcher was one of the people I looked up to as a child of just like, wow. What I literally remember asking in school, why don't we have women leaders here too? Because my mom was a leader. I saw my mom was a strong single mom. And so, the Queen has definitely been I think for my age, and I'm a little older than you are, Dave, like we very much have a lot of things connected with Princess Di.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that, no one knows what exactly happened and what got skirted under the rug. I think there's definitely some weirdness with this transition, but yeah.
I could just say, judging by what I've seen, the Queen was a real person, a real awesome person to be around. And I can't speak from experience. I can't speak from anybody that has
you just
had
seem
that
like
experience.
A fantastic leader. I've seen a couple leaders who I respect dearly today. Franklin Graham spoke about his experiences with his dad's experiences with the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And George W. Bush talked about both his and his dad's experiences with her as well.
Yeah.
And just she seemed like a class act all the way. A strong person of faith, and loved deeply the people of England. And
I would go one further, Terry. Love deeply people.
Yep, I would agree. They're very much known for philanthropy. Mm-hmm. And hopefully Charles's reign over the kingdom, or his reign over the pavilion, as I like to call it, will get us the much needed Mary Poppins attraction, and maybe some good Beatles IP in the.
That'd be great,
dude. Can you imagine like having like a real Beatles experience, like holograms of the Beatles and like the Beatles?
Why don't we have a mini Abbey Road?
Oh, dude, why can't I cross that crosswalk in the?
Yeah, I mean, all that takes is just some paint.
Yeah,
make it happen.
Did you get a redneck out there this afternoon to make that happen?
I know, right? Come on.
Need some masking tape and some can of spray paint from Piggly Wiggly.
Yes, sir. I can make that one happen.
Dude, that's our next podcast. We should start. I'll be your co-host, the Alabama Imagineering podcast, and we just redneck our way through every Disney, making everything Disney. Make Disney redneck again. And dude, Walt, when you think about, we talk about the legacy of Walt Disney and D23, and you're going to hear Dave and I kind of go at each other. But when you think about Walt Disney, he was very much a simple Midwestern boy.
Oh, yeah.
Who loved his country and who loved he loved nostalgia. Disney was very much about nostalgia. There wouldn't be a Walt Disney World or a Disneyland if it wasn't for Walt's love for the trains and his love for Marceline and his love for small town experiences, his love for Mark Twain, his love for, and I think to maybe since it's a big Top Gun summer, I feel like, we've joked around and we talked about it, we've argued about, has Disney lost the magic? I think what Disney's lost is that love and feeling.
I hate it when she does that.
I hate it when she does that, right? Like I feel like there's been a little bit of like this, like, and the folks at Streaming the Magic, they passed a cast member. I saw a post they just did on social media a few minutes ago. Super fun sometimes to watch them just walk around and see the parks, and they passed this amazing cast member as a photo pass member. Clearly had been there, probably 40 years, and was like, "Hi, how are you this morning? Having a great day?" It is like that's what is amazing, is those people and those experiences. And I think the people in power have forgot about what makes Disney great. I think they forgot about the fact that Disney has always been known as a guest first place, a place where you can go and forget. Walt put so much effort into not seeing the outside world. I mean, that's the whole reason Disney World existed, because he thought there was too much of it leaking in the Disneyland.
And there is.
Huh?
There is.
Yeah.
In the Disneyland. Trust me, there is.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, it's still magical.
I'll even go as far to say, and look, y'all know that I'm not a Walt's legacy is dying guy. I still think that there's a lot of his legacy there. But I will even go as far to say that Walt would have not liked Disney Springs or Downtown Disney, because that's too much populace, too much shopping, too much not Main Street USA.
No, okay. See, and that's where you got off the rails.
Okay.
Because if you look back, there's a great documentary that one of the Disney about C.W. Wood that's on YouTube. Look it up. One of the Disney YouTubers did a whole documentary. And C.W. Wood was the guy that really helped Disneyland to get finished.
Yeah.
And dude, on Main Street USA, there used to be a brassiere shop.
On
opening day, you could go and buy a bra on Main Street USA.
That's funny.
There was Folgers Coffee, a big Folgers Coffee sign on Main Street USA. And if you've ever had a cup of Folgers, what's the it is definitely not the best part of waking up.
Not at all.
Right? And so, a lot of what enabled the parks to exist was Walt's ability to partner with commercial enterprise.
Right.
Now, Walt didn't love it, but he knew that it worked. He knew that, and at the time, Walt knew that he couldn't get enough merchandise done.
Right.
So he needed to get something in there making money that he was making money off of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, as much as we like to say that he wouldn't like those things, Walt knew that Walt was a businessman.
That's true. Hey,
not as much as Roy was, but Walt knew that he needed to play the game. I mean, think about the history of Disneyland in this way, dude. The Disneyland was essentially funded off of something he sold to the ABC Corporation that ended up them buying him on Sunday nights, but they ended up paying him to do a commercial for Disneyland.
That's true. Good point.
So the making of Disneyland, it was all Walt understood. Walt knew how to make it. What he wouldn't like about it is Walt knew how to do it and it'd still be magical. He knew how to do it and it'd still be idealistic. Now, there would be somebody out in front of the bra shop with like the balloon guys probably, right, on Main Street trying to sell them and pawn them and, so yeah, like, I understand this is a for-profit company. I have no qualms about that. And in fact, that's where most of my concern comes about, is because I don't feel like we have the level of leadership and the level of, like, we'll use our precious Braves as an analogy. But dude, the Braves win on a regular basis because they swing at the ball a lot and they hit really hard.
Yeah.
And I feel like the current leadership of Disney steps up and doesn't swing very much. They keep waiting for the perfect ball. And when they do hit, it's a bunt.
Here you go. You ready for my analogy? And I'm going to piss my buddy Adam off.
Uh-oh.
Disney is Billy Bean.
What is Billy Bean? I don't know who Billy
Moneyball.
Bean is.
Moneyball.
Oh, yeah.
Where seriously, they try to be so calculated that they're afraid to go after the big apples.
Yes.
And that's why ultimately.
Well, and you know why they had to do that?
Yeah, because they didn't have a lot of money.
Because the A's are, we just came off of a series with the A's.
Right.
There was 9 people watching the game
in the stadium.
in the stadium. You could have. There was Little League games with more people watching them yesterday than the Braves Oakland game, midday game.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying is Disney doesn't go after the big home run like Universal's starting to do. But anyway, you're talking about listening
You're right.
to the
Dude, that's such a great analogy that Disney is playing Moneyball.
Yeah,
and Moneyball works to get. Well, Moneyball is great to get a quick. Moneyball got us through the pandemic,
right? But now it's time to get out of the analytics
and
get into what we know works.
Now it's time
to say goodbye.
Walt called it
family.
Walt had a rule. I'm getting all Disney history, but there, the building at Disney where all of the animation, all of the accountants were on the second floor thinking on the second floor, and Walt said, "No, this is a creative meeting. There'll be no second floor thinking. Those people can figure out how to pay for it later."
And that's Roy. That's what Roy was for.
That's what Roy was for. And honestly, dude, I mean, if you watch the One Day at Disney documentary,
incredible.
I actually started to gain a little more respect for Iger during that time when I saw him willing to get in the trenches, much like Walt did back in the day. And I don't know that Chapek does that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Every time he shows up, he ends up canceling his appearances. And that's sort of why people love the patron saint of that nobody thinks does any wrong. Our good-looking boy wonder, Josh Namaro. He's kind of the Robin of the whole thing.
Yeah, because he's getting in there and getting his hands.
He's actually getting his hands dirty and showing up and being nice and being. He's actually taking the heat. He's willing to hear from cast members that when there was all those issues and so and I think you're right, dude. I think the Moneyball we wholeheartedly agree. It is time. It is time now that we're coming out, and I don't as we get into this D23 prediction stuff. The one thing that I really think that the Walt Disney Company needs to do is this is the time. And it's particularly the time to start thinking about Orlando like Tokyo thinks about Tokyo Disney.
Yep.
Because when Tokyo Disney does something, and when it's like, we don't care how much, just make it. Make it the best. And
hey, did you say this is the time?
Yeah. What is that?
Oh, just listen. You'll recognize this.
We're gonna get pulled on for the stream in a second.
Oh, it's Van Halen right now.
Oh,
sorry, I was trying to be fun.
No, but you're right, dude. It is the time for us to come out as the Disney organization, and I say us, dude, because here's the reality: so many of us have actually bought into this company.
Yep.
Whether it's as a DVC member or as a pass holder or as a stockholder. And there's a sense of like, once you invite fandom in, and Disney's very much depends on fandom. Right. They're literally holding an event to celebrate the fandom this weekend, right? Like, what's the tagline behind you? I can't read it, but it's the Ultimate Disney Fan Event, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what it says.
Yeah, it's the Ultimate Disney Fan Event. So literally, we're admitting that this is all about the fans, that we have nothing if we don't have the fans.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
So
I think that this weekend is either going to be and here's the other sad reality about this weekend. They could give me everything I want. They could announce everything, and I won't believe them that it'll be done until it actually opens.
That's a good point. But I'm going to play something. I've got it queued up on YouTube. We have been begging for something for over almost a year now. And Disney finally listened to us. You ready for this?
I'm
scared.
No,
you. I think you know what it is. Tab. That one. Share. All right. You ready?
Oh yes. Yeah. Kill the music though, because the music will get us pulled from the live stream.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But, dude, I mean, finally, dude, this is what it should be. I am honored to go see Enchantment again.
I teared up.
Oh, dude, this was right. This is what they should have done.
Yep.
From the very, very beginning. But, yeah, I'm excited about about what's actually going to happen with the chat with this. And
Yeah. Have you watched this all the way yet?
oh, dude, I watched it 4 times on the big screen. So
Yeah. Well, I just want to get to this first part, and then that we finally got that.
yes. Can you mute the music on that so we don't get in trouble from the Facebook, please? Click the microphone. Click the sound. Click the sound and mute it. Yeah, there you go.
Well, I was trying to get to where you hear Walt, and that's
well, sure, but the music is going to cause.
Yeah, that's okay. This man, that remember when I talked about Disneyland Live or Disneyland Forever or whatever it is, I said, why can't we get that shooting star over the castle? And then what? Just a week later,
oh, dude, we've been talking about this, and we get Roy's. We get Walt saying the Florida project. We get Roy's dedication.
Yeah, I mean, all they had to do was give this to us at the beginning.
You want
this
my honest
shows
opinion?
What?
This was done from the beginning. It got cut.
Oh, I agree. And people got mad.
Yep.
Finally.
It got cut because Chapek said that's 7 minutes. That's 7 more minutes. 3.5 minutes of this cost us yada yada yada, and people aren't buying popcorn on the way out. And
yeah, look, all they had to do for this was that little 50th logo. Just put Walt's head. Put Walt and Roy in there together.
Yep.
You know, but then they give us something even better than I could have asked for.
Oh, dude, the ending of this is absolutely stunning. And if you're listening to the podcast, we're showing the new enchantment. If you're listening to just the audio feed, and I encourage you to go online. Almost everybody, all of the Disney blogs and vlogs have done a.
Yeah, Jeffrey Martin. Why can't we get a nighttime parade? Why can't we get a nighttime parade? But yeah, dude, I mean, this is what we needed.
Yeah, and
October 1st.
The Mickey is from the show. It was called something the Magic. Oh, the You Are the Magic, the old that show
right.
Where it was used to be where Mickey talking about. There used to be a show that was basically talking about how.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the old Mickey that pops up here in a minute. It's, you know,
yeah, dude, it's perfection.
Yeah, it is. This is what I know Disney can do. You know, I don't care if they take this away now, because this is the fireworks show we need,
and we know we're going to get it through at least the
March.
23rd of March of next year.
Yep.
And I would imagine we will get a fireworks show that's kind of the same for everywhere for the 100th. I would imagine.
I agree. All right, I'm turning it off now since we. Okay, so
man, this is what, and it feels like they tweaked up some of the other kind of rough spots in the show. They kind of cleaned up a few things.
Yep.
They may have even lost a couple of good things, but whatever they gave up to get that,
it was worth it.
It was worth it, and to have the Roy moment, to have the Walt moment, and to have the Mickey moment at the end, because it started with a mouse. So
yeah, exactly. Yep. All right, so let's get into it. First off, I'm going to share this. I've pulled up the event guide, their little map of the floor. That way you can kind of get a view of what the arena looks like. I mean, it's huge. So you've got your Expo Live stage here. This whole place is a marketplace. If anybody's in California right now, just walk through there and buy me everything. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, if somebody sees the Harvey's Dumbo purse, holla at your boy.
Yeah.
My wife might need that.
I don't know. What's Moog?
What's who? Send me that link so I can actually.
Okay. Yeah, I'll FaceTime it to you or Facebook.
Message it to me. Yeah.
Message. Where are you?
Help me from Googling it.
Yeah. There you go, sir.
No, that you sent it to me from your hard drive, you boofus.
Oh, oops. Sorry.
Where'd you actually get it from?
D23's website. Since I am a D23 member. Sorry about that.
And dude, I mean, I'm excited for the plane. I'm excited for any of the plane.
That's right here. If you're watching at home with us.
And I hope they do something respectful with the plane when it's over.
I'm sure they will.
I mean, they've done too much. They've spent too much.
Yeah.
But,
Yep. All right. So while we see it, let's go ahead and I'm going to tell you what our listeners said. I asked some friends to give me an outlandish prediction, one that probably won't happen, and then what they truly think will happen. My buddy Brian Key said we're going to get a Jedi Survivor release date, and we'll get an Ahsoka trailer for Star Wars. I'm actually kind of shocked we didn't get the Ahsoka trailer today for Disney Plus Day. Brad Toon, his outlandish prediction is Fast Passes will be coming back. Yeah, Brad, that ain't happening.
Yeah, that ship has sadly.
Yep. And then he takes the same approach you do. What will be announced? More new and exciting ways to maximize Disney's profit. I mean, he's not wrong. And then over on the Top of the World Listener Lounge, Chris Ashley said, outlandish, a 5th theme park in the works for Orlando. What he thinks will actually happen is 100 years of Disney celebration in the parks, hopefully better than the 50th.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be that hard to outdo the 50th celebration. I mean, it's honestly been. I mean, and you're starting to see, this is traditionally a downtime of the year because this is, my wife and I just celebrated our 24th anniversary. So
congratulations on that, man.
We honeymooned at Walt Disney World in 1998. So, we're frequently down there. Southwest is about to end a companion fare sale today. That if you book a ticket, you get a companion pass. Good for the first 2.5 months of the year next year. So I'm about to buy a ticket. I'm probably going to go down just for a couple of days to do a couple of details for the thing event. But just because I'd love a companion pass for my wife because we're going to Jamaica in the spring, and so that means she can come to Jamaica with me for free.
There you go.
But yeah, man, this map's pretty cool. Obviously, you're seeing what is Step in Time. That looks like something that's kind of interesting. The archives.
Yep.
So the archives is going to be very much themed around. That actually gives me a little hope. What's also interesting is the percentage of this stuff that is retail driven. Because everything that's pink is for sale, basically.
Right. Which y'all have seen my office. It's not clean right now, so I'm not going to show you. But I mean, I am okay with retail stuff.
Oh, dude, I mean, we all want stuff to buy. I've seen a lot of the things that the artists are releasing, and it looks amazing. So the Disney artist.
Yeah.
Tim Rogerson is doing a Walt and Roy tribute of the picture where they're kind of Walt and Roy are in front of the Disney Brothers studio sign, arm around each other.
Yeah.
But it's Oswald and Mickey with.
Oh, that's cool.
Instead of yeah, I've already messaged my guy there, and I'm like, yeah, Tim, I'm gonna need you to sign one of those and get one of those over to the office.
Where is the Funko booth? I'm looking for that one.
Yeah, what is Funko doing? And that's kind of the one thing that if anybody's there, if they do the plane that's been released, but with Walt in that plane, you better buy me one of those.
Yeah, get me too. Yeah. So they're doing a couple of things. One of them is a Jiminy Cricket. I wish my buddy Carrie was still on, but he could tell me. Let's see, D23 Funko Pop.
I saw the results booth. The cool T-shirts. They're doing some exclusive things, but none of them are in the I have to have category.
Yeah. Okay. So the airplane is an Amazon only. I don't think they're doing anything exclusive except for they don't have any just at the convention exclusives. Huh, that's funny.
Interesting.
Okay. Box Lunch is doing a Lucifer from Cinderella. But oh well.
I don't see when you go to Amazon and search Walt's plane, it doesn't pop up.
I saw it the other day.
I saw it. I just don't see it on.
Yeah.
I don't see
Anyway.
it on the Amazon site. But
All right. So
hey, there's a couple things I get excited and maybe some new merch. It's one of them.
yeah, exactly. All right, Terry, you don't have yours written down, but give me 2 or 3 of your predictions, and then
My
I'll give you
prediction
mine.
is the 100 years.
Right.
What we're gonna see, I think, is you're gonna see a new attraction at all 4 parks. Disney doesn't have an option to not do this. If we're not going to build a 5th gate, we have to put in something new. Now, unfortunately, I think some of the new is going to be their answer to new is not going to be new.
What, like reused from other parks, or?
Well, no, their answer to new is going to be we're going to make, let's say, something outlandish, which isn't all that Let's say we turn Rock and Roller Coaster into Powerline.
I mean, okay, done. Yes,
right.
Please.
But that's not new. That doesn't actually fix anything.
I mean, it fixes theming, because right now they have a theming problem over there. You go from Cars to Aerosmith to Hollywood Tower of Terror.
Here's what I found.
Oh, hush, Siri.
Yeah, even Suri's upset about that.
Yeah,
Suri's like, y'all got to get it together over there.
I'd be okay with that because it fixes an issue at Hollywood Studios.
It fixes an issue, but it doesn't solve an actual issue. And the actual issue is when we do have crowds, we need more rides.
Yeah.
We need people suckers. We don't need people movers. We need things that eat people. And we don't need a new we need Tron. We don't need a new Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
A new Splash Mountain doesn't do anything for park capacity or guest experience.
So it's funny that you mentioned People Mover, because that's one of my predictions. We will get the People Mover back at Disneyland.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to actually see one of the big possibilities for Magic Kingdom would be a Tomorrowland reboot, and it's already almost happening. All you have to do is put that is whatever was the last version we had, whatever Stitch's Great Escape
right
has become, which I've heard Wreck-It Ralph.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And that's sort of the and there's room for something over there in that theater they don't use anymore by
where Stitch does his meet and greets.
Well, there's a wall normally where Buzz is.
Right.
But there's a giant theater. There's probably a 1,500 seat theater behind there.
Really?
It's the size of like an amphitheater in most cities. There's as much seating room as there is at the Ascend Amphitheater in Nashville.
Okay.
Because that used to be a Night of Joy location.
Okay.
And because they're not doing anything like that in the Magic Kingdom. I mean, there's e-ticket space there.
Yep.
So I think what potentially you'll see, I'd love to see Wakanda in Animal Kingdom or Zootopia.
Not yet.
I think you'll see something in Dino Land, because that's kind of in.
That's one of my predictions, actually.
If I was an Imagineering, what the meeting I would be leading would be we would turn that into Camp Indy.
Encanto. That's my prediction. We're going to get an Encanto themed area. And that's the only park it fits in. I don't see it anywhere at Magic Kingdom.
Epcot it fits. If you do a
Columbia, you'd have to. Epcot's got too much stuff going on right now. They're not going to put anything new at Epcot.
Maybe.
I think. It doesn't fit at Hollywood. It fits perfectly. Columbia rainforest area fits perfectly at Animal Kingdom.
I would much rather see Australia, but I think that's on the list. I would 100% suggest. I would 100% love to see Camp Indy. It was one of Tony Baxter's. That was what Galaxy's Edge was supposed to be. Was Indiana Jones base camp. Turn dinosaur into Indiana Jones ride.
Yeah.
And do some sort of attraction over there where the dino.
Yeah.
In fact,
Jeffrey Martin says, doesn't Kanto have enough staying power to fill a spot at any park long term? Yes. My daughters have been singing.
It's the biggest Disney song in all history.
More than Let It Go?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We don't talk about Bruno is the past Let It Go.
I mean, my daughters go crazy anytime we don't talk about Bruno or
dude. That was basically imagined as a. And you've got the space, dude. We're actually that could. What we should get as an attraction, what we'll probably get is they'll probably turn that play area into the Encanto house where you can walk around it.
I could see them doing that, or I could see them, I said it doesn't fit in Magic Kingdom, but I'm going to take that back. I could see them retheming Swiss Family Robinson.
Which I think is down right now.
I know Tarzan is.
No,
the park's closed right now. No, it's not. It's open till 11. I'll pull it up on my handy dandy.
Yeah, well, it's always closed at dark, pretty much. So
yeah.
I mean, I think you could definitely, you might be able to get away with it there. That's a pretty tight area. I haven't been there up on that tree for so long. I don't remember. Because you start butting up against Main Street pretty quickly right there.
Yep. All right. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think that's. It would actually kind of go in that area. It feels like it would kind of. You could get away with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think regardless of where they put it, I think Encanto. I mean, when Lin-Manuel's screaming for it, and he's obviously your golden ticket.
Yep.
I think you got a strong possibility of that. I don't know what idea won or what idea they went with, and that's kind of the decision maker on these things, dude. Is it going to be the best idea, or is it going to be the most affordable idea that's going to win?
Right. Is it Moneyball or is it?
Is it Moneyball or let me show you what's epic, right?
Exactly.
Let me show what's really epic. And they have the IP. I mean, Disney wins the IP game all day long. I love Mario, but I'd freak out over an Encanto experience.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
I think Epcot. I think what you will see is I really want to believe that you will see the Mary Poppins thing come to be.
So
Dick Van Dyke is on his last leg. I mean, they literally had him announce it at the last one.
Right. I think it has to be. It has to be done while Dick Van Dyke is still alive.
Yeah, and once again, you've got Lin-Manuel Miranda again tied to that franchise.
Right.
And they've bet that they're betting the farm on that dude for future IP.
Yep.
So it makes sense to put these things into the parks. And I mean, I'd love to get Julie Andrews' voice on that attraction. And I'm sure I bet you all that's done.
Yeah. Agreed. So
actually what I would actually prefer over in the Dino Land would be an Up attraction. I would love to see a Paradise Falls. Cool. You've already got some Up kind of in. They've kind of said that it belongs there because Kevin's kind of free roaming.
Right. So while we were in Epcot, and you just moved away, but while we're in Epcot, I've actually got 4 predictions for Epcot. We finally get the Spaceship Earth
walls.
Well, those will come down, but Spaceship Earth refresh, they put on the back burner. We'll get the actual dates for that, and it will happen.
Well, here's the deal: they don't have a choice on that attraction,
right?
They're going to have to do something, and I think it's time.
Yep. I had the Mary Poppins thing as my second one. And now this one counts as 2. We get 2 new countries announced at Epcot.
I thought you just said we weren't getting anything at Epcot.
Well, we're not in the front. Keep in mind the back. Nothing has been done to the world except Remy.
Yeah,
in a long time, and there's space for what 6 more countries, I think.
One of them I can't talk about that's been explored because I've know people.
Right, oh, I know.
But one of them is very close to the front and involves a character that you love, and not a place you'd expect an expansion, but a place
that I love or that
the people love.
Okay, text me.
It's not it would not be a new country; it'd be expanding a current country.
Okay, see, I don't want that. I don't want.
And they'd
that.
have to. They would just. But that's the thing is they just have to go backstage to do it. And there's this space. There's this. I actually went backstage during the pandemic because you had to enter part of that from the outside. But yeah, I think. But I thought we were going to get 2 new countries last one. So
yeah,
I don't think that's far fetched.
Brazil will be one, and I've heard a lot about Greece.
Those are the 2 that always come up.
Yeah.
What you could see instead of Brazil, which is where Encanto would come in, you might just see a Latin American pavilion.
I could see that.
Because then you could do Colombia, you could do.
Well, you almost have that with Mexico,
right?
I mean,
and this is where I kind of said like another one. If they're going to use the model that they've always used, where the countries are deeply involved, you got to think about where tourism is a big deal,
right? Also, where Disney gets a lot of tourism.
The countries that were originally on the list that would have the money to do it are Israel, Greece at one point. I don't know what the Grecian economy is doing.
It's not great.
Yeah, that's part of the Greece problem. That's part of the problem with a lot of Latin American countries.
Right.
The Caribbean, actually, because tourism is so key, their tourism boards are wealthy.
Yeah.
And even if they're not wealthy, Marriott and Sandals Resorts
help them stay wealthy.
Bring on a Jamaica Pavilion.
I'm okay with that, but it's too small of an island, I think. I think for Jamaica, it'd be like the African outpost.
Well, you could do 2 or 3. If you did the outpost, you could do a couple little islands. You could call the pavilion the islands.
Yeah.
And you could have Jamaica, the Bahamas, and maybe Encanto was on a Colombian island, because I'm sure there's some islands attached to Colombia. Right?
Yeah. So here's one thing I think we are going to get a date for. It's been promised. We're going to get the dining plan returned.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, you're a travel agent. I mean, I've talked to several travel agents today. That the best deal that Disney has ever done on the Disney cruises today.
Dude, it's been incredible. I mean, I have never seen cruise prices look like this. Now, the travel dates are a little wonky, but if you can fit it in, call me, get a travel agent. There's plenty of them that listen to the show. A couple of them in the Top of the World Listener Lounge. Do it.
Yeah, if you have kids, because the deal's on your kids.
Right, exactly.
But
not
your
on
kids sailing free basically is.
It's not basically. It is free.
That's what I mean. Well, I mean, you probably still have to pay their taxes.
Yeah, but still. Yeah. Okay.
This is the best deal they've had since the last time the economy took a major downturn. They did the bounce backs.
Yeah.
And we did those cruises where it's you bought a 4-day, you got a 3-day free.
Yep.
Well, you didn't get it free. You paid the tax. It was like $150.
Yeah. So I've got one prediction that's not in this country.
Okay.
You'll see a web slingers at Disney World Paris or Disneyland Paris.
What's interesting is you've seen some rumors they're not going to do Galaxy's Edge there.
I know. I think they're all in. I know they're all in on the Avengers Campus instead of Galaxy's Edge.
Well, dude, it flopped. They shut down the e-ticket
for Avengers.
Yep. What do they overlay?
I can't remember.
Rock and Roller Coaster.
Really?
I mean, tomorrow was like, this is a dumpster fire. Fix it. Close it.
Well, once they fix it, it will be all in.
Sure.
I think that they're going to.
Their overlay was weak though. That's kind of their problem, is they're not.
Yeah.
I swear, dude, if we get a bunch of that stuff, if we get like Band-Aid attractions, it's game on in Orlando.
Oh, I know.
And it's not just Universal. It's SeaWorld with Sesame Street IP. It's SeaWorld post Shamu at some point.
Yeah.
It's
How about I just thought about this. How about this weekend for guys like you and me? We got the start of NFL football. We got a really good slate of college football games, and we got D23 the same weekend.
Nice.
This is a great weekend. All right, so I've got
Dave's excited.
I am. I've got one big prediction for Disneyland and one big prediction for Disney World, and then I'll make Jeffrey happy with my other prediction.
What's your prediction for California Adventure? Anything?
I didn't have one for now. There will be something, but I don't have a California Adventure one.
I think that's what you're going to see. It makes a lot of sense to fill in those empty countries. It makes a lot of sense to where attractions were to put them attractions back there,
right?
Because they need the space. We might see something crazy like a third attraction for Pandora.
There's no space,
dude. There's all kinds of space. If you listen to WDW Today, the other podcast I'm on, we pulled up Google Maps. There's an entire space, basically. That whole walkway is all, there's space backstage.
If you would do it when I'm not working.
Who says just because you're on the clock doesn't mean you're working.
Oh, I have been a lot lately. Don't worry. All right. So for Walt Disney World, well, this is for both of them. We will get a parade at both parks. Paint the Night will come back to Disney World or Disneyland.
Or we might get Paint the Night in.
No, I say with the electrical parade going away at Disney World or Disneyland, I think that will be over at World again, because you've noticed that they've started promoting that over at Disney World a lot more.
Dude, the merch is everywhere.
Yeah. So
now that they have the backstage escape, basically, now that they've figured out how to do open up the street,
right,
and let people out the front gate. The excuse of like fireworks isn't. If you notice, that's why they've messed around. They experimented for a month of doing 2 fireworks.
Yep.
Just to see what that would do. So they've tried some different things just to mess up They're trying to figure out how to get people staggered and leaving the parks. So they need a parade to spread that out.
Yeah, and I do think we will get a parade at both parks.
I don't think you're wrong.
Yep. All right. So here's my outlandish and one that I could see very well happening. The one that I could see very well happening, they're announcing New Orleans Square at Disney World.
They almost have to.
Yeah. You almost have to with Princess and the Frog coming.
And then what do you do? What the heck do you do for... And that's the other thing you might actually see out of this, dude, is now that I think about this. You might see a fully major expansion at Magic Kingdom.
No, so here's where...
Here's the deal. Magic Kingdom is king still.
Yeah, so here's how you do it. To get back to Big Thunder, you have the bridge, or you could take the walkway around Splash, right? I say they not wall it off, but they make it to where the bridge is the only way to Big Thunder, and that walkway down to almost Adventureland will be New Orleans Square.
Well, here's the other deal, dude. They have routed things backstage over there. There is tons of expansion space. Basically, and they really should expand the park anyways.
Yeah. And
there's a whole section over there right past Big Thunder. There's room for a whole land.
Yeah. And Jeffrey makes a good point. So does New Orleans Square drop itself between Pirates and Splash? Yes. I think it does. It lends itself to be perfect there.
Because there's kind of nothing there as there is.
Right. There's that little food hut, but that's about it. All right, here's my big outlandish.
A whole decent. I'm looking at a Dude, when we start talking about these things, I always pull out the map because I'm like, if you look at a map, right?
Yeah.
There is a massive amount of space on the right side of the tracks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All the greenery is all on the right side of the tracks. So there's room. You could literally do it right there. You could literally build New Orleans Square and just you could basically shut the one entrance of Pecos Bills down. Pecos Bills could stay because I don't think you're going to change that because people actually like that place.
Yes, I do.
I love the nacho challenge they did a few years ago. We did that the very first thing and people loved it. I think you're right, dude. I think New Orleans Square is a strong possibility. And actually that is a Walt legacy piece. That was the last thing Walt really appeared at, was the opening of New Orleans Square.
Right.
So I don't think it's that far-fetched.
So, but here's my far-fetched. And I could see this happening because there is the space for it. Pull up your Google Maps and go west, young man. There is space by the Matterhorn and behind it to do a Frozen Kingdom. You know, we've got 2 castles at Magic Kingdom.
Who's getting that first though? If it's one of the Asian parks, and I think it is.
Yes,
or is it Paris that's getting it?
It's Shanghai.
Here's the problem. When Shanghai gets it, unless they drop it because of the pandemic, which they might, they get 5 years.
Oh, okay. Done. Terry, Funko Amazon pre-order starts tomorrow morning at 8:00 our time.
Whoever that Facebook person is, send me the link to where that happens. DM.
It'd be
Slide
Facebook,
into my DMs. Whoever's
I-
watching that live.
I'll probably carry.
Um,
But I would say that it's probably Funko.com. No, that's Seth Willard. Thank you, Seth.
Good times. Yeah, I think Animal Kingdom, you're going to see something. Hollywood Studios, you know what you still have all that space that if you've ever heard me talk predictions for anything, all of the space from Little Mermaid's Ariel's show, that show's done and dead.
Yeah.
The launch bay is basically dormant. Outlandish, you see a Galaxy's Edge expansion connecting Galaxy's Edge behind Star Tours so we can start mixing the universes. Because you're already starting to see the characters in the timelines cross.
Right.
And so, I mean, people right now go to Hollywood Studios for Toy Story, and they go there for
Galaxies.
In Epic, you could make an argument that we're going to put a lot of energy on Hollywood Studios. Because Hollywood Studios, in my opinion, is still not an all-day park. You're a couple attractions shy of being able to really make that an all-day park. You're close. So,
yeah.
You throw a couple more attractions at Hollywood Studios, and now it's a different... and you got the space.
Yeah. If you want to go outlandish, I'll say my big outlandish prediction is a 5th park. I don't think it'll happen. There's the space for it, but they won't do a 5th gate.
There's the space for the 5th, 6th, and 7th gate.
Right.
I don't think we have the courageous leadership.
No.
Now, if Disney ever had the guts to bring back a super business mind, oh gosh, who's the TV? McNair and I have talked about this ad nauseum. That we think Disney ought to go back to the Eisner model with Eisner and Wells and do Lasseter and who's the producer? That Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yeah.
Bruckheimer and Lasseter. I think if we got that kind of leadership at Disney, I think we'd see a 5th gate in a heartbeat. A 5th gate, dude,
it's almost a no-brainer. It makes people stay a day longer.
A day longer.
At least
right now, what's happening? The reason why I've been talking about Epic on something like they've got to have an answer is because Epic basically says you can come to Orlando, come to Universal if you have 12-year-old kids, and never really have a reason. Disney quickly just became we'll go to Disney for a day.
See, I disagree, but that's because I have younger kids
Right.
and girls.
You have girls.
Right.
You're not the problem. We'll go to Star Wars Land for a day.
Right.
But if we're competing for 12, 13, 14-year-old boys. So we're competing. But that's what's on the line here.
Yep.
And adults too. Like, dude, you don't think I'm excited about a Mario Brothers ride? I wasted a good part of my childhood trying to save that princess.
If it's sitting in a car and I hear
yeah, right?
Come on.
Yeah. Right? Or just Mario Kart racing. So, like...
I've heard that's a ride we're getting.
Yeah. And so... That's 2025 is the current opening date for that, which isn't that far away.
Nope.
And
it'll probably be October 1, 2025.
Dude. Talk about a let's game on if it really does open on the 1st of October.
Well, the reason the reason Disney opened then, the reason I think Universal will do that's the first day of the new fiscal year. And so that's why I think it'll open October 1st. Not just because it's a slap in the face to Disney.
But because Universal totally would.
Well, I know, but
I don't know when I don't know if their fiscal year starts in October or not. Not everybody's does.
Well, every major company I know of, like I know Disney starts October 1st. Every government starts October 1st. So that's why shutdowns always happen September 30th.
Yeah.
So
well, we'll see, man. I'm hopeful, but I'm not. I need to leave. I need to be texting you. Is Saturday the big day? Is Saturday the parks panel, or is it Friday?
Yeah. Saturday, I believe.
Saturday afternoon. I need to be texting you, freaking out.
Yeah. Hold on. D23 Parks Panel 2022.
Tomorrow is the Legends.
Yep.
Which should be cool.
Cool, but not woohoo. I'm expecting. That's just when they announce people.
It's their Oscars.
Yeah. Why can't I see a schedule? There's fun things to do. Walt's playing. Just show me a schedule, D23. Come on. Oh, schedule right there. Saturday, probably on the... I don't know what stage it would be on.
The main stage.
Okay. What, hall to E23 or premiere stage?
Whatever the big stage is. Wherever the opening is. It's probably at 12 or 1, maybe.
Okay, so Saturday at 10 a.m., so noon our time, will be the Studio Showcase, Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, and 20th Century.
Which means the parks is Sunday then?
Yeah, I guess. Because, they're doing the Disney Epic Entertainment Showcase. And then Sunday at 12:30 a.m. or p.m. will be A Boundless Future, Disney Parks, Experiences, and Products.
That's on Sunday?
It's on Sunday.
It's weird. Yeah, so that's the big day.
Yep.
The fact that they put that up against freaking NFL football, that kind of gives me...
So we get studio on Friday and
10:30 a.m.
Yep.
Here's what's concerning about this to me. Chapek's not on that list. Iger never missed that presentation.
Is he not?
It says Disney Parks and Experiences product chairman Josh Tomorrow presents a look at what will be happening around the world in parks and on the high seas at home and beyond. So we'll probably hear about it. We'll probably hear details about the next ship being built.
Yep.
So 10:30. Yeah.
Yep. Jeffrey asked, what was the prediction that you think he'd be excited about? We'll get the parades at both parks.
Yeah. I'm just not sure what it. I have no idea. I think you're right on Encanto. I think that's a real possibility. I'd like to think that they're going to find another way to do another Marvel something in Orlando that they can get away with, which leads me to believe the possibility of Wakanda.
Yeah,
because I think that exists a little outside of that Universal. That would actually be the ultimate. Here's my far-fetched. You ready?
Yep.
Avengers Campus coming to Hollywood Studios. Disney's going to announce that they're ending the deal. They're ending the licensing arrangement with Universal.
That would be a big to Universal.
Right? You want to show Bob Chapek manning up, stepping up, and being the business leader that he claims to be. That's an Iger move right there.
That is. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, because dude, then you've got. Then it's a different conversation. But I do think coming down the pike in the next couple of years, I think you're going to see another, unless Avatar completely bombs.
It will. Bart will not like me saying this, but we've waited too long. They did not strike while the iron's hot. Avatar will not be what everybody wants. Sorry, Bart. So anyway,
Seth Willard, thank you for the Funko hookup.
Yes, sir.
I kind of do want the plane.
I
don't know where I'm going to put
it. I agree. I agree. But Top Gun, you brought in, and this is where I'll say Top Gun, you brought in my childhood and expanded upon it.
An American nostalgia.
Right. Avatar, there is not a childhood nostalgia for it right now. I mean, maybe if you waited another 10 years, but I don't know of any kid that watched Avatar as much as I watched. Okay, Avatar. Okay, I'm old, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, the land is ridiculous, dude. There's no argument that the land is amazing.
Yeah.
So if they can, I don't even think the movie has to do that well for them to want to expand the land because they're committed to that land.
Right.
My concern is you're doing with it without Rhodey, but I would imagine that there's already kind of a framework to build something on, anyways.
And I know they're doing it without Rhodey, quote unquote, but they have to have had some Rhodey influences.
Right.
I don't see a way that they have done this without Rhodey.
I mean, the parks that deserve the most attention, Animal Kingdom deserves attention, and so does Hollywood Studios.
Yep.
To get them to be that, if we're not going to build a fifth gate, let's make every park in a full day park. And my drinking at Disney people aren't going to like this, but you got to put something in the countries for kids. You need one more. You need one more something halfway, and Encanto would do it, dude. You're right. Encanto.
Encanto's the way to do it.
So if you see Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah. Oh, I did not, Seth. What's the new Busch Gardens ride announcement? I need to look at that. If it's a roller coaster, I'm all about it.
I was a Busch Gardens kid, man. I grew up going to Busch Gardens in Virginia, so they always had amazing roller coasters.
Yeah, here, I'm Googling it now.
Well, we'll see. I guess Sunday was the big day. We'll find out when all these announcements come through.
Yeah. Ooh, it's a new straddle dark coaster.
Oh,
yes, please.
That's an uncomfortable sentence to hear come out of your mouth, but yes.
Here, I'll Facebook message it to you.
Well, guys, I hope when we meet again, and Dave and I'll try to do an episode early next week sometime. We're hopeful and optimistic and real happy about it. In fact, I know we'll probably try to do an episode next week because we've already done a WDW Today episode for next week.
Yeah.
Because Logan's launching a new podcast next week.
Good for him.
And so him and his brother are launching the Secular Brothers podcast. And so we won't you won't get us doing it. So Dave and I probably need to do it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So we'll see. Dave, are we going to be really upset, meh, or pumped?
I think it's going to be on the pumped side of meh. How's that for a political answer?
Yeah, you gave the company man answer. I don't think you're that wrong. I think they're going to give me one thing that I'm going to go, dang, and then they're never going to build it. But yeah,
hopefully by the next time we talk, we'll see a rocket in the air too. And
Yes.
that's all I'm going to say about that.
Or hopefully that just waits till November when I'm down there.
I hope not, because my stock price does not like that.
Yeah. Well, when that Joker circles the moon, you'll be fine, Dave.
I hope so, because that's when I'll sell my shares of Boeing for a little bit.
I don't think you're allowed to say that as a company employee unless you're fully vested. If you're fully vested, then
I'll be fully vested in January.
Yeah. So you needed to wait a little while, actually. You're actually predicting. Yeah, dude, I love and here's the deal, and I'll say this as kind of a positive, just off topic thing. If you've never seen a rocket launch, and I highly recommend you go to the coast, but if you can't go to the coast, know when the launches are and watch the skies. Elon's sending something to space every couple hours, it seems like.
Download an app called Launch Console,
and that'll tell you when everything's going. And
dude,
we stood in the Italy Pavilion at sunset and watched a SpaceX launch. We watched the SpaceX launch, and dude, it was like it felt so perfect because just to know that of what a place of innovation Epcot was meant to be. Yeah. You have another manned SpaceX mission coming up here the next.
It's October 3rd. So here's what's cool about that. I board the Disney Wish October 3rd. So I will get to see the space launch from the Disney Wish.
Can I make a pro tip for you for the Disney Wish, Dave Adams?
Yes.
Do not, under any circumstances, not stay in Cape Canaveral somewhere the night before.
Sorry. I've got a personal bus picking me up at the Old Key West.
Dude, that personal bus picking you up at Old Key West? I'm giving you advice.
I know.
And it's free. You will, if you're waiting on a bus, you're going to miss the cruise.
You think so?
100%.
Why?
We went for one of the last shuttle launches.
Right. Okay. So that's shuttle, but this is Elon.
Dude, I know, but it's a manned mission. Dude, people who left Orlando took 4 hours with Artemis.
Oh, I know. My wife was there.
So, but she was there.
Right.
So, I'm just free advice, my friend.
Well, the good part,
what time is that launch?
I think it's like at 5:00 at night.
Okay. You're fine.
Yeah.
Ask the bus will probably pick you up early. You're fine.
Yeah.
I thought the launch was the same time as the launch is basically during Sail Away.
Sail Away is at 3:45 that day.
Because of the launch, probably.
Because of the launch, right. I've got the this is where me being a travel agent helps. I've got the van picking us up at Old Key West at 8:45 or 10:00 in the morning, actually.
And launch is what time?
5:00.
You should be good.
Yeah.
Because people will go after lunch.
Right. And we'll be going opposite traffic of people moving around. I mean, people will already be down there. We'll get down there about 11:00.
You're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to, it's the Wish, so you want to get on as soon as you can.
Oh, yeah. Well, our boarding time is at
and that is a pro tip, guys. If you're cruising and there's a launch, and we're starting to get a lot more launches, spaces, we're going to Mars at some point. So, yeah, because heck, if not, maybe we should. Maybe that's where the fifth gate will be. Elon. I'm actually waiting for Elon to buy Disney.
One of the outlandish predictions on my page was Elon was going to buy Disney.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Elon's going to buy Disney and Apple.
That would be funny.
He's already going to make my T-Mobile phone work with a satellite. So,
oh, and how about Royal Caribbean announcing that
what?
That they're going to be Starlink?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Royal Caribbean's doing it right.
Royal Caribbean's about to be fast.
Yes, they are.
Get on the internet on Royal Caribbean.
Yep.
All right, well, gang, this has been a good one.
Yeah. Real quick before we leave, I have to share the new member of the Addams family.
Oh, dude, you finally got rid of that stinking cat. Congratulations.
Well, no, he's still there.
No one took the cat?
No one took the cat. But I'll be honest, he's grown on me. But everybody, welcome Teddy to the
Addams your dog family. Is amazing.
Yep, he is a great dog.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Amanda post that you guys got that dog, and I'm like, well, Dave's lost his spot in the bed.
Yep.
That's why he's in the basement.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, all kinds of pictures.
Okay. I was hoping that there'd be more pictures of Teddy on there, but here we go.
I'm sure there are more coming.
Yeah.
He's adorable.
Yeah, thank you. There he is with Max.
Yeah, he's adorable. I'm disappointed his name's not Roy.
I wanted it to be Walt.
Well, speaking of Walt, my Walt actually has to go outside, so we're wrapping this podcast. You said we were only going an hour tonight.
Yeah. Hey, only 10 minutes over, so we're good.
So, guys, let's all be optimistic. Let's pray that we get that Josh has won the day and has got some money out of old Scrooge McChapek's pockets to build the parks. And if he doesn't, you're going to hear me next week saying you're going to hear Doomsday Terry Weaver when it comes to the future of the Disney
park. Lord.
So let's hope we don't get that. Let's hope we get at least an e-ticket in every park. And that's heck, they just need to finish what they promised, and I'd be pretty happy, to be honest with you. In fact, if we just get Mary Poppins and then something's going in the Play Pavilion, that's pretty good for Epcot. They've got to replace what was in the dinosaur area. So, and they're gonna have to do something with the Little Mermaid building.
Give us something.
Yeah, and they've got to put something in Tomorrowland. So, I don't know what they'll do in California Adventure.
I'm sure they'll find something. I mean,
it'll be a California. See, the people who hate it when we talk politics. There's going to be a new experience. There's going to be a new experience where you can power Disneyland in California Adventure, where you can go in and pedal. They had it at Coldplay. You got to pedal to keep the concert going. So that's going to be part of your Bike Plus. No, actually, that'll be what's the governor of California's name? Huh?
Governor Newsom.
Newsom Plus. You can power Disneyland. You can ride a bike. It'll provide power to keep the rides going.
There you go.
I'm amused by that joke. If anybody else, I really don't care. But you guys have a fantastic evening. Thanks for listening to Dave and I yammer on about this D23 Expo, and let's hope that it's fantastic. And let's hope that we are talking next week that the magic has returned and bigger than we could have ever imagined, and more attractions are coming. And that the legacy of Walt Disney Company of innovation and excellent customer service is back. And yes, Dave Adams, bring back that dining plan, I tell you.
Please.
And we will see you next time. Actually, from our corner booth, I'm Terry Weaver.
I'm Dave Adams.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.